you've made the right choice. Here now are Raymond Mesa and weather with Jim Gamble.
Good evening. Welcome to News Channel 9. I'm Raymond Mesa. She was New Mexico's brightest star. Now her light has dimmed. The pride of Las Cruces, Lucy Samuel, who co-starred as Little Mama Mary on the hit television series Banyan's Brood, was gunned down today at the home of her widowed mother. The television star was 24.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Entertainment Tonight. Tonight's top story is the death of television star Lucille Samuel. Entertainment Tonight interviewed Lucy back in 1991 when she was nominated for an Emmy.
The absolute best is the confirmation, finally, that I have talent. Not to have to doubt myself anymore, at least for the next several hours.
After a brief stint in the short-lived series The Poorhouse, Lucy grabbed the lead role in the low-budget cult film Race Girl and then was cast in the top-rated television series Banyan's Brood. 2 years ago, she got her Emmy nomination for the TV movie Death of My Sister.
Lucy has grown larger to us than ever she thought she would be. As the poet once said, underneath the growing grass, underneath the living flower, deeper than the sound of showers.
I buried her out on the mesa beside her father. It seemed like half the folks in town gathered, like so many worshipers. As if she, the people on her show, the other Hollywood people who arrived for the funeral, as if they were some religion unto themselves.
Amen.
Jesus.
When she was a little girl, my daughter used to ask me, "Mama, tell me how you felt when I was born." And I would say, "Lucy, I believed with all my heart that no child had been more welcomed or would be more loved." And when she was born, my brother sent her this telegram. It says, "Welcome to the world, Lucille Ann. Homage will follow in due course."
Let me pose this conundrum, Gibby. You kill someone. You end someone's life. Do you continue writing the movie script you were writing to star that person who, through your action, is no longer here?
I'm trying to study, Landrum.
You don't really suppose, Deputy, that when you sit there hunched over that law book, that I actually believe you're reading it? Goon lips.
Call me Goon Lips, Landrum.
Well, then don't call me Landrum, Goon lips.
Book. Read. Study, Landrum.
You mentioned study, Goon lips. Has word reached you yet about this no-nonsense sociological study that claims that 8 out of 10 of you Americans of Mexican descent have given up any appreciable aspirations of upward mobility by the time you turn 20? That you gained an average of 25 pounds in malt and hops before you turned 21? That your high school sweetheart lured you by way of your utterly brainless, uncircumcised prick with her sacred virginity into marriage? That you had a kid inside 11 months, that you commenced an affair inside 2 years with a brown-skinned girl, very much like your spouse, before you imprisoned her in that disgusting little cell of a trailer with a kid where she got as fat and as stupid as you, Chica, puto! Shh. Then carry on a normal conversation with me.
No. My own opinion? Mrs. Samuel was starting to lose it a couple of months before Lucy was killed. We got a call there was gunfire coming from her place. She'd set up a bottle, you know, and unloaded on it. Bottle survived intact. But the place was a mess. The entire property, fields, a pecan orchard. It's about then she put an ad in the paper and the guy showed up on a bicycle. Archie.
Come on, Mrs. Samuel. Well, the ad says small farm, private quarters, decent hours, hard worker. It doesn't in any way exclude someone who has a PhD in mathematics.
No, but it probably should have.
You have my references. 3 summers, while other grad students were out trying to solve the mysteries of the universe, I was wrestling with whether it was better to plant yellow granos or conquistador. Now, tell me, have you tried conquistador?
Oh, I never heard of it.
You will. Next year. I can get it for you.
Look, a young man of your education would...
I understand your concerns. I'm simply not prepared to embark upon my adult career at this time. Look at this place.
We have needs to which we can't always give names. I think I took him on because I sensed he was as lonely as I.
Why would she hire him? If you want protection or somebody to take care of your place, you really gonna hire a mathematician?
I'll go get myself a pair of overalls. The kind with the bib and that thing you stick your hammer in. And that, you know, the colorful bandana in the back pocket, huh?
We'll give it a try.
Well, the boy confesses before his attorney even arrives. I mean, one of your tassel loafer guys down from Dallas, imported by the kid's parents. And when I hear that the kid dumps the tassel loafer guy, I'm thinking to myself, this is a smart boy. I mean, don't prejudice your down-home jury with somebody that they're going to resent. Make yourself the underdog. Get somebody that the DA doesn't consider any competition. Somebody like the public defender of the county. That's how I got to meet him.
Joseph Smith. Now, I wanted someone named Studs Kuykendall or our Panther Merriweather, something that inspires confidence.
Dr. Landrum, there's no need to convince me you're crazy, as our only recourse here is not guilty by reason of insanity. Why did you kill Lucille Samuel?
It's all right there in the confession. Nice suit. Tell me, is that the real polyester or just an expensive imitation?
It's a real polyester. Dr. Landrum, you're gonna have to cooperate with me here if you want me to help you.
Well, not to become mired in the convolutions of the lingo, Mr. Smith. But what exactly do you mean by help me?
I mean, I'm gonna endeavor to convince the jury to spare you the death penalty, Doctor.
Huh. Well, with those road map eyes and that Rudolph nose, I can only assume that you came here directly from a cocktail lounge.
From and on my way back to. Gilbert.
Smitty? I don't want out of here. You see, there are lunatics out there that think the television stars are people of enormous consequence in our society. At least in here, I'm with someone I can trust.
Listen, sonny boy, if you're some head case wants a death penalty, you've saddled the wrong pony. I dreamed about this case my whole life.
Hey!
Hi.
Where you been?
Groceries?
3 hours?
Well, I sat around with my husband for a while.
Oh. Well, I took a soil sample into the university this morning. I had a hunch we were nitrogen-4, and I was right.
I had no idea.
Oh, well, don't worry. It's not irreversible. I'll balance your soil.
No one's ever offered to do that for me before.
Oh! I see. You're joking. That's nice. So are you gonna eat that little bovine when she grows up?
Oh, not likely. My husband always said, we must try not to devour what we love.
May I ask, how did he die, your husband?
Ice cream. Yeah, he jogged through all seasons, all illnesses. He played full-court basketball a week before he died, but he couldn't stop eating ice cream. Arteries got so full of dairy fat, they finally revolted.
Well, we all make choices, don't we, Mrs. Samuel?
Yeah, we sure do. River run past Eve and Adams. That's why we built here. And that line popped into my head and it wouldn't go away.
The opening line of James Joyce's Ulysses, I believe.
Oh, no, Finnegan's Wake.
I really don't think so.
Believe me, it's Finnegan's Wake. Who did you say last night knows everything?
I have mixed feelings. On the one hand, I want to be right. But on the other hand, I don't want you to ever be wrong. Well, you probably read both books all the way through.
No, actually, I have lied about those books all my life.
Oh.
Yeah, I made it about 3/4 through Ulysses. Maybe the first 100 and last 10 pages of Finnegan's Wake. How about you?
Cliff Notes.
We are confessing things to each other we should not confess.
I know. Am I mistaken, or is that Lucille Samuel?
Yep.
Duh. Catherine Samuel, Lucille Samuel.
Come on, eat.
Oh, hey, Mrs. S. Chorizo and eggs. You eat a guy's mind. This is the perfect farmhand breakfast. Would it be out of place for me to tell you that I think your daughter's television series, while vastly entertaining, also maintains an important overview of the late 20th century?
Oh, come on, you're not serious. Banion's Brood. A detective and a hooker living out of wedlock with 4 disgustingly adorable street urchins who weekly solve various catastrophes in an hour.
Come on, Mrs. S. You have to look at these TV shows as microcosmic. I mean, not as literal representations of reality.
It's Dickens gone rotten.
If it didn't force itself upon us, we'd probably vote reality right out of existence.
It's the most simplistic piece of crap I've ever seen in my life.
Rebuttal?
No, I don't think so. My brain's tired. It isn't used to being challenged anymore. May not really like it anymore. No offense. Hi. No one's home, but please leave a message.
Catherine? Hi. Pick up. Catherine. Mother, are you hiding from me? Am I being screened? We go on hiatus next week. I want to come home and sleep in my room with a little bitty puppy doggy on the end of my bed.
No dogs left loose. Got a cow and a calf, though. Your bed might get a little crowded, huh?
But I can't come home, right? Can I? I can, right?
Of course you can come home, Lucy. I should tell you, though, I'm a boarder.
A what?
My caretaker got sick, had to quit. I've hired someone else. Someone who lives here.
I didn't know if you liked chocolates or flowers. I went back and forth. Chocolates, flowers, flowers, chocolates, chocolates, flowers. Finally, trapped in boyish indecision, I opted for an orange. Please, take it. I brought it for you.
You must be Archie.
Yes.
Thank you very much. It's very sweet of you.
Oh, no. No, anything but sweet, please. It's intended to seem slightly eccentric, unthreateningly clever, but not sweet, and anything but sweet.
I saw you out there on that tractor. You really drive that baby.
Oh, thank you. I've often said if there were a sporting event involving large farm vehicles, I'd be all pro.
What are you planting?
Mostly cruciferous vegetables. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, the ever-popular Brussels sprout. On a more serious note, however, I thought that I thought I would invite you to dinner one evening. Oh, please, Miss Samuel, give an eligible guy a break. It's no big deal.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, Archie, I really want to spend my time here as unsocially as I can.
Sure. Sure. Yes, I'm sure that the unrelenting presence of human beings in public life can make a little privacy quite welcome.
Thanks for understanding.
Sure. Perhaps a Campari and soda one afternoon.
Cute guy. Archie.
Well, somewhat more than that, I think. It's 1 in the afternoon. Why are you drinking?
Lunchtime in L.A., Catherine. So, what are your plans today? Can we... What? I want to do something I remember loving to do when I love doing things.
Would it be fair to, ask you not to go around dressed like that?
You created the concept of the jiggle, Catherine. You used to go braless everywhere.
One of the numerous errors in judgment I've since tried to rectify, Lucille.
I own exactly one bra, Catherine. It's in L.A. I could strap my boobs with an ace bandage. Oh, Mama. I swore I wasn't gonna do... Let's have one of those fabulous, cathartic conversations that parents and children always have right before the final commercial message.
When you're sober, Lucille, maybe we can take a whack at it.
Look, you cannot file a not guilty by reason of insanity plea unless 4, count them, 4 psychologists or psychiatrists evaluate you. You can't just stop after one.
I'm simply inquiring what they anticipate finding with all this simplistic roaming around my psyche.
You're going to find out you're out of your friggin' mind, Arch, or else your ass is grass.
Questions. I mean, did you hear that one question they asked me, Goon Lips? You find a bag of money on the ground, stenciled on it in big letters, "This belongs to a well-known child molester." What do you do?
Well, you weren't here in sight, Mr. Landrum. I'd strap it to a hand grenade and shove it live in the rectal area.
Gilbert!
Hear the way my only friend talks to me? And it's doctor to you, Gibby. If you're gonna call me mister, call me doctor. Now, doesn't that look tasty? Oh, red stuff.
You gonna help us out here, Archie?
All those leading questions about mom and pop. There just should be a law that two dumpy people like my parents, who never desired anybody but each other, should be banned from reproducing the species. That's all. Ugh. I think this red stuff is camouflaged green stuff from the other night.
Guess who called me today? People freaking magazine. They're gonna come down here and cover us. Huh?
Great. You and me, Smitty. The last two human beings on the face of the earth who haven't been profiled in People magazine. Now, if there's nothing else, I'd like to eat without the smell of sour grapes on your breath.
No shrimp tomorrow, Arch. Mix them up good.
Smitty, why don't you just tell me what kind of diagnosis you want these nitwits to come in with?
I want you to be more complicated than their combined abilities to define you.
No problem.
I want you to stop looking at me like you were looking at me in there.
How was I looking at you, Mr. Smith?
When you become a lawyer, if you become a lawyer and you've been in practice for 10 years or more and your ideals are still intact, then you can look at me like that. But right now, pissant, stop it.
My problems are not linked to drugs, Mother. I've been clean for 4 months.
How can you be clean and drink?
Hey, one drug at a time, okay? Doesn't that make sense?
Nope, sounds like horse shit.
Well, that's tough because I know what's going on inside of me. And my therapist thinks my problems may be linked at least tangentially to diet.
What are you eating?
Not now, when I was a kid.
Oh, when you were a kid and lived with your dad and me. The implication being that your problems had nothing to do with years of drug abuse and are my fault, as I was the dietitian of your youth.
Excuse me, Lucy, try a spoonful of this.
No, thank you, Archie. He is not passing judgment, Mother. He is only trying to make a clinical analysis of my depression.
Pardon me, Lucy, if I may. You're beautiful, you're famous, you have a dream career. I don't understand what you have to be depressed about.
Excuse me, but who invited you into this conversation?
Hey, come on now. He lives here.
He has a PhD in mathematics and he makes soup.
Mrs. Salmon, try just it's zucchini with asparagus and a cream sherry base. It's really wonderful. Come on, try.
Jesus, Catherine! How can you just dismiss my concerns? If I was one of your students, you would take me seriously.
You were one of my students, Lucy. And I took you damn seriously. Until you dropped out of school to go away. So you could come back once a year like this.
God, it's good to be home.
When Lucy gave up on college, I gave up on teaching because I could no longer tolerate the sound of other human beings. With their caterwauling, self-pitying, self-righteous, self-absorbed screechings. I craved lack of communication. Silence. And then Walter died. And it has been real damn silent since.
Come on. Okay, everybody, here we go. Dr. Landrum's famous oat bran and raisin cookies. Mrs. S, try one. Come on, Lucy. Good? Good. Now, Mrs. S, if I may, I just don't think it's fair of you to ignore your daughter's problems just because she happens to be a famous television star and ought to be happy.
I have an idea. Let's change the subject. Raise of hands?
I know. How about a game? Come on, Lucy. Here's what we'll do. We'll play all-time great first moments, okay? Come on, Mrs. S. Name the first moment that comes to mind when you were truly jump up, tap dance, and yell Yahoo happy. Come on. Come on. Come on, Lucy. Fine, I got dishes to do.
Reading Wuthering Heights for the first time.
Really?
Archie?
Oh, seeing Close Encounters the first time, of course. Lucy, come on.
Taking second all the first time.
Good.
Mrs. S. Fun game, Archie.
Tell me something, Lucy. Why do you continue doing this to each other?
You must like it.
I thought you'd be happy that I'm trying to clean myself up.
I want to be Lucy. But for years, I have been guilty of more than I could possibly have done to you. Why did you come home, Lucy? What is it you want from me?
Obviously, what you don't have to give.
Then for God's sake, stop asking for it. I don't mom anymore. I don't wife. I don't teach.
Well, what exactly do you do?
Fuck if I know. Fester.
If I go, Catherine, if I leave, I am never, ever, ever coming back here.
My husband died. I lost my daughter. Or I drove her away years ago. I don't know, Lucy. I don't know. I'm going for a ride.
I first met her when she was protesting the bomb. About 100 years ago, when I was right out of law school and still in pursuit of my rightful immortality. Thank you. Kay and Walter Samuel sat down on the road to the missile range one day and then hired me to utilize the law of the land to make it look like what they did wasn't what it was, which is to say a crime. And I managed to do that because A, I was still young enough to believe in justice, and B, Kay Samuels was so... And the night I set him free, in the front seat of my little sports car, I took her tongue into my throat and given the choice right then. I would have kept it there forever.
Her eyes are like firestones that glow in the dark. I see them in the sky above. I know it must be true.
Exterior mountains, night, the moon. Rafe and Megan nude at waterset sharing a quince. Rafe spits on Megan's denuded breast. Maladroit? I'm Maladroit? You look like one of the inhabitants of Galaxy 16.
I want to tell you something, Mr. Landrum. You're right. You're right. I do have a wife.
Of course you do. Your high school sweetheart. Gabriella Margarita Rotundo.
Yeah, And she was my high school sweetheart.
Is there an echo in here? Hello? Hello?
She's 26 now. She weighs 108 pounds, same she weighed when we got married.
Now, there's something for Ripley's.
We got 2 kids.
On your way to a baker's dozen.
No more, we're finished.
The old Catholic Church will have something to say about that, now won't it, Lips?
We've been married 8 years, and I haven't had another woman since we got married, and I don't intend to. Something funny?
You're dreaming, Goon Lips.
You call me Goon Lips one more time, and I'm gonna find a way to do some serious damage to you.
Take your hands off me.
What? Take your hands off me, who?
Take your hands off me. Goon Lips.
Regards to Broadway.
Off Broadway. Off Broadway.
Where Mommy and Dada were there.
Dada was so thrilled.
So proud of you, darling.
And Mother?
See, Mommy?
Smiling.
Smiling? Nay, only smiling?
Only smiling.
I was very proud of you, Lucy.
Gee, where have I heard that before?
Hey, those scripts you've been reading, have you found a good one yet?
All the scripts. The same old crap. The, esteemed star of our show is making a movie in Budapest with an Academy Award-winning director. If it opens a career for him in features, that's the end of the show. Bye-bye, stardom.
Oh, no.
She was so proud of me that night. How come she made me feel just ever so extremely adequate? Interesting play, Lucy, and nice performance.
Well, let's ask her, Mrs. S., if you were so proud of her.
It's not what I said, Lucy, or the way in which I said whatever it is I did say. I just didn't want you to become another uneducated American icon.
You never thought I'd make it.
Oh, Lucy, I was the one who from infancy practically pushed you on stage.
You were jealous of me.
Yes, Jesus in some ways. Even now.
I'm going for a wee stroll under the stars.
Not long before he died, Walter told me it wasn't fair of me to disapprove of Lucy because she had grown up to become someone I envied. And I told him righteously that she would have to become much, much more in order to become someone I would aspire to be.
Hey, I passed by this afternoon, and you seemed mesmerized by a script that I couldn't help noticing was called The Journey to Galaxy 16. How was it? Was it the one you've been looking for?
Oh, Jesus. One of your quasi-intellectual, intergalactic, sadomasochistic tales where I'd have to spend a great deal of time as a naked hostage.
Was I what?
Not exactly the image I'm supposed to maintain for my show.
Oh, I see. So the fact that in your first movie you took your clothes off, that is not in conflict with the image that you have to maintain for your show?
Oh, I see. We're a cinema history buff along with our other interests. That was a long time ago, Archie.
Hey, a vast amount of history is a long time ago, but that doesn't erase one moment of it. Okay. Maybe you didn't understand the symbology behind the journey to Galaxy 16. Maybe the infinity concept confused you. That's a good point. Good. I can simplify that aspect of it. Good. Fine. Thank you. Simplify infinity. What else?
You wrote that script?
just occurred to me how badly you needed a career-changing film. And with the proclivity of love stories abounding in the film industry and the ongoing fascination with outer space, I just thought...
Archie. Archie, what I'm looking for is... I want to make people laugh. I want to find a romantic, literate comedy.
Comedy? Lucy, I've seen that show you're on. Let me remind you, you have all the humor of tree bark.
Hey, you know, that really stinks, mister. I have been really nice to you.
Yes. Yes, you have. I'm sorry. I just... Oh, sweetheart.
The fact is, when Archie answered that ad, he had no idea, you understand, that it had been placed by the mother of Lucille Samuel. Of course, he'd heard of her. Girl that grew up around here and quit the college to run off and get famous. And, of course, he had heard of the early movie that Lucy was in, where she appeared in the nude. Archie started to dream of her. I mean, we all dreamed of her, but Archie sort of got carried away in his dreams.
Morning, Lucille.
What'd you do with my wine, Mother?
All gone.
I shipped 2 cases of very good grape out here, Catherine, and I had an open bottle. Where is it?
Hall closet.
Lucy, I was wondering, now that you've had 14, 15 hours of sleep, maybe we could talk about my screenplay.
I'm observing a day of silence, okay, Archie?
I didn't know you were a writer, Archie.
Oh, I dabble.
What's your screenplay about?
Oh, well, actually, you'd love it. As the binding metaphor, I'm using Plato's principle of plenitude, which is Lucy.
Lucy! Lucy, what am I supposed to do for human intercourse if you won't talk to me?
Intercourse with my mother.
Just let me ask you one more question, Lucy. Just answer me, and then I'll go shovel manure. It's gorgeous, everything. I mean, is that the crux of our non-relationship? Because if it is, what are us non-gorgeous, cerebral types supposed to do for mates?
You're not an unattractive man, Archie.
Oh, thanks. I feel great now.
But just because you're intriguing and because we happen to be in the same geographic area does not obligate me to make myself available to you. Now, does it, Archie? Seriously.
Just a passing observation, Lucy. But I bet a lot of your fans will be more than a little disgusted to know that you pluck your pubic hairs and that you have those little red follicular infections high up there on your inner thigh.
You know, Archie, a remark like that, a lot of women would consider that crass. But frankly, it just moistens me.
Hey, I just don't think it would kill you to wear some shorts that adequately cover your crotch.
It just lubes me up.
Archie, you find an addressed and stamped envelope open on the ground. What do you do?
If I found a letter open on the ground, Dr. Sachs, I'd read it, correct the spelling, punctuation, maybe clarify the content if it seemed to warrant that kind of attention, reseal it, and send it on. Am I right or wrong about that, Gibby? Up early this morning, got a lot of chores to do today. Gonna clean off them screens, gonna make them nice and clean. There's Mrs. Samuel. Howdy, ma'am. Looking mighty pretty. Planting some flowers. But she's got a lot of power.
Oh, God, Lucy, I'm sorry. I'm just cleaning the screens. I didn't know you were in there.
Well, would you mind turning away?
What?
You have the screen. Would you mind getting the hell out of my bathroom now?
Yes. No, yes, I'm sorry. No. Okay.
He was looking in the window.
He's over there.
People can move from one place to another, Mother. There's this technique called running.
I've asked you not to go around dressed like that.
Don't, Catherine. I am doing the best I can with the equipment available.
Watch the onions.
Screens have to be cleaned periodically. Is that true or false, Mrs. Samuel?
True.
So,
However,
the window in question happens to be within the purview of my employment at the moment that my eyes happen to glimpse the celebrity Lucille Samuel taking a dump. She tattles, and I'm branded. Pervert for life. She should have been up hours ago. Taking her dump at 8:15 like everybody else.
I think it would be a good idea if you left Lucy to herself.
I think I should make her a very special dinner this evening.
Archie, I am trying to be civil. I think it would be a good idea if you let Lucy alone, period.
Don't say that.
I have said it. Look, why don't you and I have dinner tonight?
No. I'm never eating again. Don't laugh at me. Why would you tell your mother that I was peeping on you? Really? Do you think I'm some kind of a jerk?
I think that's altogether too polite, Archie. What I really think is that you are a scoptophilic scuzzball.
What?
Ah! I found something you didn't know, didn't I? God, it's the beginning of a highlight reel.
Please, I know what scoptophilic
It
means.
means a voyeur, a pervert, a peeping Archie.
I believe the literal
Don't
definition.
Don't you believe that a person has a right to privacy, even a television star?
Lucy, I would not call you a star. I would call you a regular. Lucille Ball was a star. She was a major star. And I bet even she took the occasional dump.
Let me ask you something, Archie. Are you crazy? Because if you are, I really think we should find a way to communicate that to my mother and try to get you some help.
Lucy, darling, I don't want to fight.
Don't touch me! He's crazy.
He's lonely.
And that makes him unique in the world, does it, Mother? And impervious to lunacy? You should read his screenplay.
He is a sensitive, passionate, complicated young man.
If you so badly want a child that you can love or a boy toy you can screw, come to Los Angeles. I'll set you up some auditions. You'll rent someone better suited for the role.
You think I want to have sex with Archie?
Yep.
I remember seeing Catherine with Lucy and Walt always in physical contact. Hand in hand, or parental palm to child's skull, lips to cheek. Yet I wanted to break them up and have her, Kay, for myself. As my old daddy once said, hard cock don't know nothing about respect. Right, Rick? Mr. Respect.
Archie? Oh, God, Archie. Do you want to talk?
No. he's with.
Archie, your mind gives you great power. You know, and with that power will come other things, including women.
I don't want other women. I can buy women. I want Lucy.
But she's not available.
She has to be.
But she's not. And you have to let her alone.
You're just jealous.
Of what?
Of my relationship with...
No. But I do miss my friend. And I'm here for you. Archie, don't. Please, Archie, don't. Jesus. That almost kiss. His breath was like a baby's. Almost scentless. What does it say about me? That I was tempted to open my mouth to this what? Child, man, surrogate husband, child.
Please don't turn me down at closing time. I'd rather take you home and make you mine, all mine. And I don't want to spend the night alone. If you're gonna turn me down, don't turn me
Lucy Samuel, how you doing? Good to see you.
Hi, how are you?
Everybody, why don't we let the hometown girl have a little air? What do you say?
Well, well, well. Lawyers.
I don't like the way you said that, darling. You know something I don't?
I might, Lawyer Smith. I might. But I think what I want right now is I want you to fill me up, Smitty.
I could do that, darling. Bet you thought I meant something else. Be right back.
Hurry, Smitty. Hurry.
Can we get your autograph?
Right back, okay?
Okay.
Miss Samuel?
Yeah, hi. How are you?
I don't know if you remember me, Gilbert Tellez.
Gibby? Oh, Gibby, hombre!
How are you, Lucy?
Oh, couldn't be better, Gibby. Oh, dance with me.
Right here?
Yeah. What are you doing with yourself, Gibby?
Ceci and I got married. Cecilia Martinez, you remember her?
Ceci Martinez? Jesus, you guys were together for 100 years.
We have a new baby.
A baby. Wow. Wow. You always were such a bright, nice kid for a stud horse, Gibby.
I like Lucy. A lot. I understood her, you know? But, when I asked her out, she said her folks wouldn't like it.
We never told her who she could or couldn't go out with. Race was never an issue. Like a lot of kids, she dumped things on Walter and me that she didn't have the courage or cruelty to tell other people.
Excuse me, Gilbert. We're together here.
Mr. Smith with you, Lucy?
Never saw him before in my life. Break his arms, Gibby.
You take care of yourself, Lucy. What you've achieved means a lot to a lot of folks around here.
Thank you, Gibby. Bring your baby out. Call me, okay? I'll call you.
So you want to go outside? Have a little walk, Lucy? Get some air.
Dance, Smitty. Smitty, be romantic.
Oh, well. Having romantic fantasies about you for about a decade and a half now, especially every Tuesday between 8 and 9 in the evening.
Jesus, Smitty. Please.
Okay, Lucy, come on. Let's go. Give me your keys. Okay?
See?
Down the West Mesa Creek, buddy, we've got it made and we're back in Las Cruces again. And lots of Las Cruces keep calling us home. Where the
I know what this is going to sound like, but I understand why men murder women. On the night I lost my race for the state senate, I came out to see Catherine. Of all people in the goddamn world, I needed her to tell me I wasn't some worthless piece of crap. How could she be in there pounding the bed springs with big man Walt Samuel when my friggin' plan to become friggin' president of the United States for her had just gone into the toilet? And she didn't have a clue when to be available to a person. When you spray this plate, Rick. Don't use that, all right?
There's a full moon tonight.
This is so awful's not even right, is it? It's just it's so sad that we haven't improved. I mean, what's gonna happen to everyone?
It's a pretty big question, Lucy.
Don't you hate the people who ask big questions? Pull over.
Why?
I'm feeling spontaneous.
Lucy! What are you doing? Where are you going?
Come on, Gibby. Tackle me. Football.
Lucy, cut it out.
Hey, come on, Gibby. Come on, tackle me. I'm going up the middle or off guard. Still on the feet. Okay,
Lucy,
come on,
cut it
take
out.
me down, Gibby.
Oh, shit.
Am I such a terrible person?
No.
Well, then why do people treat me like I am? Like I'm dirty.
We can untangle here, Lucy.
You know, I used to wonder what my life might have been like if we let our relationship happen. You could have played pro football and your faith would have made me a great actress.
I couldn't play pro ball, Lucy. See, I couldn't even stop you at the goal line.
It's refreshing. A man who has so much respect for his wife.
Not just for her, Lucy, for you too. Come on. Come on, let's go home. Come on, Lucy.
Here.
Come on. I have to drag you.
No.
Okay? Come on.
Hello, Archibald.
Lucy?
Why did I think I could come back here and it would feel like it used to? Did you ever notice, Archipasto, how nowhere feels like it used to? Pretend I'm your little girl, Archie Cat, and hold me. Nobody will just hold you anymore. Isn't there any daddy in men anymore?
I have daddy in me.
Archie Cat. I can't steal you from Mommy. Just be my daddy and give me rubbies.
What are you doing?
Samuel, some are home, some are not. Oh, hi. Yeah, I got your letter. Gee, I don't know. I'm just not sure I'm prepared to take on a position this coming academic year. Yeah, sure, I'll think about it. Yeah, I promise. So, thank you. Bye.
Job over?
9 morons at Princeton sitting around inventing truth.
Well, somebody's got to do that work. But that's wonderful, Archie, that they want you.
I get job offers all the time, Mrs. Samuel. I may be a completely inept human being, but I'm an incredible mathematician.
Maybe you should consider taking that job, Archie.
What are you saying? Are you trying to get rid of me? Nothing happened between us last night, Lucy. Just think you ought to know.
It's 2 in the afternoon. Guess who I saw at Cowboys last night?
I don't know, Lucy. Who?
Lawyer Smith. It's driven me crazy for years. Did Daddy ever tell you what I told him?
About what?
I was 13. I was sitting on the front porch. And my freshman year at the university, I'd screwed up my umpteenth serious relationship, and Daddy was extolling the virtues of your marriage. So I told him.
What?
About you and Lawyer Smith kissing.
That must have hurt you so badly. Listen, just to keep the record straight, that relationship never went past that kiss. In fact, that night in the front seat of that car was the only time in 25 years of marriage that I have ever touched or been touched by anyone. I've been very selfish. Selfish.
You have given so much to so many kids. Remember when I used to wake up in the night when I was a little girl? Hold me from behind like you did then.
I remember a period when you were about 3 or so. And wake up in the night and come to Daddy's side of the bed with what he would call your Martin Luther King speech.
Dad had a dream.
And he'd lift you between us. And we would cuddle you there.
I miss you, Mom.
Oh, God, I have missed you, baby. I have missed you. After holding Lucy for several hours, I walked to the cemetery where Walter's buried, where Lucy would soon be buried. And wanting to relieve Walter of some burden I can't imagine the dead actually have to bear, I tried to communicate to him that Lucy and I are going to help each other become all right. Most importantly for Lucy, it was a beginning.
Monday, June 10th. Porking Mike Donald. Jesus. Good sport. Terrible politics. Make love, Michael? Make love?
Archie.
July 15th. Sex in the Airplane Laboratory wrapped up on...
Archie. Oh. Archie. My mom.
Oh. Have you seen my journal?
No, where'd you leave it?
If I knew, I'd go to that place and get it.
Good thinking.
Hey, let's go to Juarez for lunch. Just the two of us. Remember that cafe? Red snapper smothered in pico de gallo. Is it still there?
God, I haven't been down there in years. Let's find out. I'll get dressed. Hi, Archie.
Yeah, still here. Still a member of this little ad hoc family, and by golly, I'll anxiously await your return.
Well, aren't I permitted to take off with my daughter alone?
Absolutely. No one likes a good reconciliation better than I do.
Changing my life.
Kind of a formidable job for one day, wouldn't you say? Found it on
Did you read it?
Let's change the subject. I've just completed a second draft of our screenplay, and I think you'll be pretty pleased with some of the adjustments that I've made.
Archie, what exactly are you getting at?
Let me say only this, Lucy. In the midst of this poignant reconciliation between you and your mother, how would you like me to tell her what kind of feelings you have for her?
She knows.
No, Lucy, she doesn't. She only knows what she knows. What she doesn't know is the poetic passion of your disdain for her. March 15th of last year, quote, there I was, in the park, whacked out of my head on smack. I scream at the old lady and her pissing dog. I won't take care of you, Mother. You're old and shriveled, helpless. I won't be there for you. Because I hate you. I hate you. Unquote. Utterly ridiculous, Mrs. S. I found it.
He wants to tell you what he's read.
Archie, did you read Lucy's journal?
God, gee. I mean, you find the personal and private journal of a celebrated American personage whom you happen to worship. Are you going to read it or not?
I might want to, but I'd like to think I could resist.
Yeah, well, you would, and you know you would. Don't you want to know what she had to say about you?
No.
Fine. I gotta go do some stuff. You have a nice lunch in Juarez.
Archie, I'm going to ask you to leave.
Leave? You're gonna ask me to leave? You're asking me to leave?
I think it would be best for all three of us.
Oh, I see. Now you're deciding what's best for all three of us. You weren't even a human being till I showed up here.
My daughter needs me. And I can't give her what she needs if you're here too.
But I need you too.
Accept that job. Use your wonderful mind.
I don't want that job! I can have that job anytime, inventing truth. I want to stay here with you and drive the tractor and grow veggies.
Don't make this more difficult for her, Archie. Mama, I have a stretch mark on my left breast. I mean, it's underneath, but it's still there. Oh, no. It's like a zipper in a piece of soft-sided luggage. And here, look here, I have these little broken blood vessels on the bridge of my nose.
Oh, gosh, that's awful. You cover that with makeup.
I want to lie down with someone I don't pretend is someone else.
You will find someone. You are so beautiful. And you're so talented.
I have an idea. Why don't we not talk about me anymore today? Boy, that'd be good, huh? Do you ever want to fall in love again, Mama?
That doesn't seem fair, you know, to your dad.
Daddy's gone.
I know.
What did you used to tell your classes every year? From Lear, I think it was.
Remember that? Ripeness is all.
Let yourself be open to the possibilities.
How was lunch? Rapprochement and full flour?
Yep. No booze, no pills, no other stuff.
Gee, what else? Inquiring minds are keen to know.
Actually, I've decided to quit the show and stay here. Clean myself up, go back to school.
Hey. It's a miracle in our time. I'm leaving tomorrow, Lucy.
Where will you go, Archie?
Well, I'm just conjecturing, of course, but maybe I'll go play a couple of seasons with the Dallas Cowboys. Maybe I'll take up that acting thing, replace you on Banyan's Brood. Maybe go into extermination.
Bugs and cockroaches?
Something like that. Because you see, Lucy, someone has got to lead the way to a formal, nationwide effort to purge our society of the unhealthy. Well, I've decided to lead the revolution by ridding us of one member of one group that we can most definitely do without. Celebrities who ain't what they pretend to be.
Anyway, don't threaten me, Archie.
Who is this little wart? I believe I'm quoting accurately from your journal entry dated this morning.
You had no right to read that, Archie.
You're a public figure, Lucy. You belong to your fans, and one of them, this one, is gonna kill you. I'm gonna end your life, Lucy, unless you make love with me.
I'd rather die.
The bed will serve as your last wish.
The wind started suddenly to howl through the house, as it will without warning that time of year. I walked toward the door to close the screen and saw there, in the distance, in the gathering darkness, my child on the ground. Archie above her, something in his hand held to her face. It's an image from every parent's nightmare. I explode out the door, yet I seem to be moving in slow motion. A memory flashes in my head. 2 boys outside my classroom the second year I taught, one screaming at the other, "You don't got the balls." Instinctively, I want to correct the boy's grammar, but say instead, "Arlen, give me that gun." And Arlen gives me the gun and cements my reputation for years to come.
For one day, it's the lead story in all the newspapers and networks, bigger than a war in Bosnia, famine in Somalia, peace in the Middle East. It's 24 hours. America loves two things above all else: the joys that accrue to its celebrities, and equally, the catastrophes that befall them.
Took us 3 days to find him in the desert. Naked, dehydrated, his body covered with welts and bites. Many of them the doctor said self-inflicted. Should have been dead from the exposure, but we found him under some scrub oat singing some nonsense tune.
Have some respect now. I'm not gonna sign any autographs at a funeral. No, this is a funeral. Have some respect. No, I'm not gonna sign any autographs at a funeral. No autographs, I'm sorry. Kay?
What you got there?
Bought her. It's new artillery.
Got blood all over you.
Oh, I killed my cow, my calf. Don't want any living things on this property that depend on me. I held the mama's head till she died. It took a while. It's so strange. After so many years, to remember your smell, Joey. Well, I shouldn't call a man of your age Joey, should I, Joe? Joseph.
Joey's fine, Kate.
Okay. That's a big chance for you, isn't it? Defending a celebrity murderer.
Well, everybody's entitled to best defense. He wants to see you. Now, for the sake of my case, I don't want him to, but if you want to see him, I can arrange it.
In the movie of the week, scheduled for Sweeps Week, about my daughter's death, there should be a scene in which the mother goes to the jail under the pretense of talking to the murderer, of getting straight with him. She pulls a gun from her underwear and shoots the little prick's pecker off, and is exonerated by a jury of her peers on the grounds that she was temporarily out of her friggin' mind. Hello, Gilbert.
Mrs. Samuel? I need to check your purse to make sure you're not carrying anything that might be construed as a weapon.
Only my mind, Gilbert. Better check my underwear. Archie.
Hello. Can't you come closer? Can't you come closer, Gibby?
Just stay clear of the bars, Mrs. Samuel.
It's all right, Kay. We'll be right here.
How are you?
Not so good, Archie. How about yourself?
I wouldn't say I was too terrific either.
Well, that's good.
How are my oats and my veggies?
I let him go.
So what have you got to say for yourself?
What have I got to say for myself, Archie?
Yes, that's right. Did you think that I invited you here to sit unresponsibly as you did all the time that Lucy and I were on our collision course? Or maybe you thought that I asked you to drop in to hear an apology.
Crossed my mind you might want to make an apology, Archie.
Did it ever cross your mind that it's you who owes me the apology?
When you lose your parents, you lose your past, Archie. But when you lose your children, you lose your future. You took away my future, Archie. We had just begun to reach out to each other for the first time.
Well, you should have reached out to each other a long time ago.
But we didn't.
Well, you should have.
What, am I on trial here?
Yes. Because I get the impression you think you're some kind of pitiable victim.
I should have been able to help you, to teach you, to stop you, to change you, to fix you, but I couldn't.
Because you didn't try hard enough.
No, Archie, I am not in this alone. I am not responsible for my daughter's death.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. If I won't be responsible for myself, then you have to be, and I won't, so you are. You did this. You did it. You're the one.
And you're right. Then you're absolutely right, Archie. And I should stand trial for your actions while you, sit on my swing and hurl epithets at the void because you are a lonely genius who couldn't get laid. Do you really think I would have chosen you over my own child?
I didn't mean to hurt you.
Don't touch me. Gilbert.
Catherine? I want to be your future. I want to be your family.
Mr. Samuel, what you said in there, I just want you to know that you were a very important teacher to me, and that I learned from you. And I'm very sorry about what happened.
Thank you, Gilbert.
Listen to me, Archie. You can't go into court and project that kind of remorse.
Would I ever do anything to endanger your book deal or your Miller Genuine Draft commercial, Smitty?
I'm gonna get you off, Archie. We'll have brewskis. See you tomorrow.
What'd I tell you about calling me Goon Lips, Mr. Landrum?
I don't know, Goon Lips. Let me think.
You really figure, Mr. Landrum, you'll just say you were crazy and you'll go free?
I know it. But hey, you're the one that believes in all that confession, contrition.
Compulsion, sexual compulsion, all the rest of that twaddle that gives you the license to do whatever the hell you want to do.
Oh, por Dios. I'm sorry. I make a mistake.
That's okay, Beaner. You're forgiven.
I have to take a stand about what kind of world I'm gonna leave my children, Mr. Landrum.
Why are you giving me your keys?
Well, as the story goes, Archie grabbed the deputy's keys after calling him into his cell, complaining of excruciating abdominal pains.
What are you doing, Mr. Landrum? Where'd you get those keys?
You just tossed them to me.
And then, supposedly, Archie grabbed the deputy's gun.
Let go of my gun, Mr. Landrum.
I'm trying to take your gun. Cut it off!
Then Archie tried to make a run for it.
Are you crazy, Mr. Landrum? Can't get out of here.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't call on Jesus, Mr. Landrum. He's not available to you.
Okay. I want to go back to my cell now. Just let me go back in my...
Officer needs assistance!
Gilbert. In the name of your Lord and your Savior, Jesus Christ. You cannot do this.
Oh, but I can.
Gilbert, place again, though.
Even though I wasn't crazy about Dr. Landrum, I felt awful about what I had to do. As the days pass, I feel only regret and not guilt. And I go on. Put that back.
Oh, I know what happened. At least I think I do. I asked the DA to investigate, but he told me that he saw no evidence whatsoever that one of the county's most trusted law enforcement agents had perpetrated a vigilante murder. People friggin' magazine.
I swore I was going to destroy all the journals, but I decided to look in one selection. Just simply turning to the book I happen to be holding. It was written 5 long years ago when she was about to open in that play in New York. I mean, of all the pages, fate, luck made me turn to this page and this book.
Oh, sure. I'm doing this for myself. But I want my parents to be proud because, hard as it is to accept sometimes, everything I do is repayment to them for their love, even though I don't know how to say that to them anymore. Or at least to my mother. I love you, Mama.
I wish it were possible to let you know. How ironic. That will make a difference. I gotta go. Have to go. And thank you all. You've all really been great. Thanks. I think it would be a good idea if you left Lucy to herself.
I don't want him. He's crazy.
He's lonely.
He didn't love me.
I won't be there for you. Because I hate you.
Anyway.
I'm going to ask you to leave.
You're asking me to leave?
I think it would be best for all three of us.
Someone to play with.
Do you think I want to have sex with Archie?
But all I wanted
was
sweetheart to stay well. If you get that from a fella, there's only one thing. And for the